What's up, dudes and dudettes? This is Brock from BrocksterCraft. Today I will take about the 5 former coasters from a short-lived park that was destroyed beyond repair by a natural disaster that's not too far from me, Six Flags New Orleans, which originally opened as an independent park named Jazzland. So let's begin. First, MegaZef. This custom coaster's international CCI wooden steel-supported hybrid roller coaster opened in the Mardi Gras section, as the star highlight attraction of Jazzland. Taken its name from the original Zephyr wooden coaster from Pontchartrain Beach Park. MegaZef's kind of wood can help avoid termites and hurricane-straining winds. It was the largest only wooden coaster in the state. When the infamous Hurricane Katrina made landfall in NOLA, the coaster made it out, but its trains were damaged. It's been abandoned since that devastating day. It has been completely refurbished for the film Percy Jackson, Sea of Monsters. Another thing, I personally like to ride this ride, if they don't demolish it. Next, Muskrat Scrambler. There's not much for me to say about this LMT Steel Wild Mouse coaster which was in the Cajun Country section. It was partially damaged by Hurricane Katrina, causing both it and the park to be shut down. The coaster is still sitting there as of 2022, I mean 23, and by now it's clear that there's no intention for it to ever reopen again. It has made an appearance in creepy photos by the way. Next, Roadrunners Express. Originally opening as Rex's Railrunner when the park was Jazzland, this Vekoma Family Steel Junior coaster was part of the park's children's area, Looney Tunes Adventures, formerly Kids Carnival. After Hurricane Katrina flooded the park, this coaster was surprisingly in a good enough salvage condition to reopen. So it was removed in 2009 and taken to Six Flags Magic Mountain, where it was repainted orange yellow but it retains the same name. Next, Zydeco Scream. The coaster first operated as Boomerang from 1990 to 98 at a former Spanish park called Parc de Montjuic. Its original paint schemes were white tracks and green supports. After that park closed, the coaster was relocated to Jazzland at New Orleans, where it was put in the Pontchartrain Beach section, repainted cyan blue and purple, and renamed Zydeco Scream. Opened on June 10, 2000, which was a month after Jazzland opened. The coaster is named after New Orleans Zydeco blues jazz music. A couple years after Six Flags took over the park, Hurricane Katrina hit the park on August 29, 2005, and the park was of course severely flooded from the hurricane. Six Flags began to remove some of the park's salvageable rides, but the coaster along with some other attractions still remains inactive on the property as of 2023. The park is now owned by the city of NOLA. It's unlikely if the Zydeco Scream will reopen at another park. You can even see it next to the MegaZef at the Interstate 10 510, keep your eyes peeled for it staring at you. Fun fact, there's another Vekoma Boomerang coaster named Ragin' Cajun, which is at Baton Rouge's Dixieland Blue Bayou Park. Next, Batman, the ride. Just like every other Batman the ride out there, this coaster model was a BM steel inverted coaster. Originally though, this didn't open for a Six Flags park. The coaster actually previously opened in 1995 as Gambit at Thrill Valley in Japan, which then closed in 2002. The coaster then was relocated to Six Flags New Orleans in 2003, where its track's gray parts were repainted yellow, and was renamed Batman, the ride. This coaster was a thrill to behold, being the best ride brought into the park. Although there are other versions that exists in the world, this style was new to Louisiana. On August 2005, the coaster closed with the park due to Katrina flooding it. But this coaster was the only attraction 100% salvageable due to its elevated platform structure, thankfully helping it to survive the entire storm. In 2007, the coaster was removed and taken to Six Flags Fiesta Texas at San Antonio. There it was given a new blue yellow paint scheme job, and well of course this is Six Flags we're talking about. So it was naturally renamed Goliath. Not a surprise at all. And last but not least, Jester. This roller coaster was one of only 2 steel Vekoma Hurricane coasters to ever open in the world, with the other being the still operating Comet at Walligator Park at France. The coaster first operated from 1996 to 2002 at Six Flags Fiesta Texas, where it was painted purplish pink and called the Joker's Revenge. It closed in 2002, then was relocated to Six Flags New Orleans for the 2003. There it was repainted green blue, and renamed the Jester. This time though the coaster's trains would still drive backwards. Featuring a loop and 2 corkscrews, it was rough but exciting ride. Coincidentally enough, This coaster closed with the park in 2005 due to an actual hurricane flooding it. Since 2005, it's been SBNO there along with Mega's F, Zydeco Scream, and Muskrat Scrambler. The green paint began peeling away, revealing its previous pink scheme that was left over from its former life as Joker's Revenge. And at this point, it's pretty obvious that may get scrapped. Before I sign off, I'd like to nominate ThemeParkCrazy, Rampaging Rex Productions, and Expedition Theme Park for making documentaries about this abandoned area.